Hello and welcome back. Today, we have the honor to present another bestseller which has changed millions of lives. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Manson. This book has aroused a lot of interest, and we believe it can help you as much as it helped us. But before we start exploring this amazing book, I'd like to remind you to click the like button, subscribe, and press the notification bell to be notified every time we post another video. Your support means a lot to us and helps us continue bringing you great content. Now, allow me to present to you the summary of this extremely interesting book. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Manson is a counterintuitive guide to living a more satisfying and grounded life. The book challenges traditional self-help narratives that emphasize relentless positivity and instead advocates for a realistic acceptance of the human experience, flaws and all. By being selective about what we care about and focusing our energy on what truly matters, Manson argues, we can lead more fulfilling lives. Key themes and concepts. 1. Choosing what to care about. Manson introduces the idea that our capacity to care is finite, which means we must be judicious about where we direct our attention and energy. Not everything in life deserves our focus. To live a better life, we need to prioritize our values and care deeply about a limited number of things that truly matter to us. Selective focus. Manson advises readers to give only the most important aspects of their lives, such as meaningful relationships, personal growth, and true happiness, rather than trivial matters. He uses personal anecdotes and cultural references to illustrate how misplaced priorities can lead to unnecessary stress and dissatisfaction. 2. Acceptance of limitations. One of the book's core messages is the acceptance of our limitations. Manson argues that acknowledging our flaws, fears, and uncertainties can be empowering. This acceptance is crucial for personal growth and realistic self-assessment. Embracing imperfection. Manson encourages readers to accept their imperfections and the inevitable limitations of life. He criticizes the self-help industry's obsession with constant self-improvement and perfection, suggesting that true contentment comes from embracing our imperfect selves. 3. The happiness paradox. Manson explains that the pursuit of happiness for its own sake often leads to greater unhappiness. Instead, happiness should be a byproduct of solving problems and facing challenges that are meaningful to us. The backwards law. Inspired by philosopher Alan Watts, Manson discusses the backwards law, which states that the more we chase after positive experiences, the more we reinforce the idea that we lack them, thus making us feel worse. He suggests that the pursuit of happiness creates anxiety and dissatisfaction because it implies that happiness is always just out of reach. 4. Responsibility and choice. Taking responsibility for our actions and decisions is a recurring theme in the book. Manson emphasizes that personal growth and empowerment come from owning our choices and their consequences rather than blaming others or external circumstances. Radical responsibility. Manson introduces the concept of radical responsibility, which involves accepting complete responsibility for our lives, including how we respond to events beyond our control. This approach encourages a proactive mindset where individuals focus on what they can control and make deliberate choices that align with their values. 5. The importance of saying no. Manson argues that our ability to say no is crucial for maintaining focus and preventing burnout. By setting boundaries and declining commitments that do not align with our values, we can prioritize what truly matters. Boundaries and prioritization. Learning to say no is essential for protecting our time and energy. Manson highlights the importance of setting boundaries to ensure that we invest our limited resources in activities and relationships that align with our core values. We interrupt this video for a quick message from our sponsor, Audible. If you love books but struggle to find time to read, Audible is your solution. With Audible, you can listen to any book you want while driving, running, or even working. Over the past year, I've listened to more books than ever before, thanks to Audible. Want to give it a try? Scan this QR code or click the link below for a 30-day free trial and enjoy your first book for free. After that, it's just £7.99 a month. It's an amazing deal. Thank you, Audible. Now let's go back to the video. 6. Death and legacy. Contemplating our mortality can provide clarity on what truly matters in life. Manson suggests that thinking about death can motivate us to live more authentically and make decisions that reflect our true priorities. Mortality and meaning. Manson encourages readers to reflect on their mortality as a way to gain perspective on their lives and values. By acknowledging the inevitability of death, we can focus on what is genuinely important and live in a way that is true to ourselves. Manson's writing style is a significant factor in the book's appeal. His blunt, irreverent tone and frequent use of humor and profanity make complex concepts accessible and engaging. Blunt and humorous. The casual and straightforward language used by Manson breaks down barriers and makes the content relatable. His use of humor and personal anecdotes adds a layer of authenticity and makes the book enjoyable to read. Real-life examples. Manson shares stories from his own life, as well as examples from history and contemporary culture, to illustrate his points. These examples help readers connect with the material on a personal level and see how the concepts can be applied in real-world situations. In-depth analysis of key chapters. Chapter 1. Don't Try. The book opens with a discussion of Charles Bukowski, a writer known for his raw and unfiltered approach to life. Manson uses Bukowski's epitaph, "Don't Try," to introduce the idea that striving for constant success and happiness is counterproductive. Instead, embracing our flaws and failures can lead to a more authentic and fulfilling life. Bukowski's philosophy. Bukowski's life and work embody the idea that trying too hard to achieve success can be detrimental. His success came from embracing his failures and imperfections. Manson uses Bukowski's example to highlight the importance of accepting ourselves as we are, rather than constantly striving to be something we are not. Chapter 2. Happiness is a problem. Manson argues that life is essentially a series of problems. The key to happiness is not to eliminate problems, but to solve the right ones. He introduces the concept of good problems and bad problems, emphasizing that our happiness depends on the quality of the problems we choose to solve. Problems and growth. Problems are a natural part of life and can lead to personal growth and satisfaction when approached with the right mindset. Manson suggests that instead of seeking a life without problems, we should focus on solving meaningful problems that align with our values. Chapter 3. You Are Not Special. This chapter critiques the entitlement and self-aggrandizement promoted by modern culture and some self-help philosophies. Manson argues that accepting our ordinariness can lead to a more grounded and fulfilling life. The pitfalls of entitlement. Entitlement creates unrealistic expectations and leads to disappointment. By accepting that we are not inherently special, we can approach life with humility and gratitude. Manson encourages readers to focus on what they can contribute to the world rather than seeking validation and admiration. Chapter 4. The Value of Suffering. Manson discusses the importance of choosing the right values, as they determine the quality of our lives. Good values are reality-based, socially constructive, and immediate and controllable. Bad values are superstitious, socially destructive, and not immediate or controllable. Choosing values wisely. Our values influence our perception of success and failure. By adopting good values, we can create a fulfilling and meaningful life. Manson provides examples of individuals who have suffered greatly but found meaning and purpose by adopting values that aligned with their true selves. Chapter 5. You Are Always Choosing. This chapter emphasizes the importance of choice and responsibility. Manson argues that we are always responsible for how we interpret and respond to events, even those beyond our control. Empowerment through choice. Taking responsibility for our choices empowers us to create the life we want. Manson encourages readers to focus on what they can control and make deliberate choices that reflect their values. By accepting responsibility for our actions and decisions, we can overcome obstacles and achieve personal growth. Chapter 6. You're wrong about everything, but so am I. Manson explores the idea that certainty is the enemy of growth. By accepting that we are often wrong and being open to new perspectives, we can continue to learn and evolve. Embracing uncertainty. Embracing uncertainty and being open to new information allows us to grow and adapt. Manson encourages readers to question their beliefs and be willing to change their minds. By acknowledging our fallibility, we can approach life with curiosity and a willingness to learn. Chapter 7. Failure is the way forward. Manson discusses the importance of failure in achieving success. He argues that failure is an inevitable part of life and should be embraced as a learning opportunity. Learning from failure. Failure is a necessary step on the path to success. Mark shares examples of individuals who have experienced significant failures but used them as opportunities for growth. By reframing failure as a valuable learning experience, we can overcome fear and take risks that lead to personal and professional development. Chapter 8. The importance of saying no. Saying no is crucial for maintaining focus and avoiding burnout. Mark argues that setting boundaries and prioritizing our commitments allows us to invest our time and energy in what truly matters. Setting boundaries. Learning to say no is essential for protecting our time and energy. Manson provides strategies for setting boundaries and prioritizing commitments. By declining opportunities that do not align with our values, we can focus on what is truly important and avoid unnecessary stress. Chapter 9. And then you die. The final chapter discusses the importance of contemplating our mortality. Manson argues that reflecting on our inevitable death can provide clarity and motivation to live authentically and pursue what truly matters. Mortality and motivation. Thinking about death can help us gain perspective on our lives and values. Manson encourages readers to use the awareness of their mortality to make meaningful choices and live authentically. By accepting the inevitability of death, we can focus on what is genuinely important and live in a way that reflects our true selves. Conclusion. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck offers a refreshing and counterintuitive approach to self-help, advocating for a life focused on meaningful values rather than superficial success. By embracing our limitations, taking responsibility for our choices, and focusing on what truly matters, we can lead more fulfilling lives. Manson's practical advice, combined with his candid and humorous writing style, makes this book an insightful and entertaining read for anyone looking to improve their life by caring less about the trivial and more about what truly matters. Thank you for staying with us until this moment. If you liked this video, don't hesitate to press the like button as well as the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified every time we post another video. And before I end, I'd like to remind you that if you scan this QR code or click on the link in the description, you can download this book in audio format completely free of charge for 30 days. By listening to this book, you're not only helping yourself, but also helping us fulfill our dream of offering 1 million audiobooks for free. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue bringing you valuable content. Thank you once again for staying with us until now, and until next time, I wish you all the best.